We need to talk about a response, Madam President. I've prepared 3 retaliatory strike scenarios against targets inside the IRK.
Do I need to remind you, General Brucker, the Islamic Republic is an ally?
You don't. But what good is an ally if its citizens can attack us on their own?
Madam President, a call's come into the White House switchboard from a man claiming to be in possession of the nuclear rods. He wants to talk to you.
Do we believe he's who he says he is?
Confidence is high, ma'am. He's offered details of recent events that no civilian could know, plus he's on an anonymous ICC channel that's scrambled and impossible to trace.
Put him on speaker. This is President Taylor.
Good morning, Madam President. This is going to be a short conversation.
Who are you and what do you want?
You know I have the fuel rods. You know I got them into Manhattan. What I want now is to convince you that I have no desire to harm innocent Americans.
And yet you're threatening them with a bomb.
Actually, a radiological dispersal device, Madam President, capable of contaminating 40 square blocks under a dense radiation cloud.
Any attack on the United States will prompt a retaliation against your country.
I would expect nothing less. But you should listen to me. What I'm asking for is simple. Turn over President Hassan.
What?
He's a traitor to his people and must stand trial for his crimes.
That will never happen.
You have exactly 1 hour to change your mind. Mr. Woods knows how to contact me. Madam President, the clock starts now.
40 square blocks. How many people is that?
Between 100 and 150,000.
Rob informs CTU of the threat, but the ransom demand stays in this room. Tim, call up the New York Guard to support first responders and have the military police execute an evacuation plan.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam President.
What is it, Rob?
Well, I'm just going to say it. We should consider the alternative.
What alternative?
We have an out here. I think we should take it.
You mean give in to the demand to turn over President Hassan?
No, one man is worth the lives of tens of thousands. And you know what? I bet he would agree.
Madam President, are we really having this conversation?
Doesn't it deserve a conversation?
Not unless you're intent on destroying our moral authority. This country's unique place among nations, maybe forever?
As opposed to what? The irradiation of all those people? Real businesses, real homes, uninhabitable for 100 years or more?
Madam President, I agree. Giving up Hassan is wrong, but a 40-block wasteland at the heart of New York City is unthinkable. This country would never be the same.
The country would crucify us if word ever got out that this could have been avoided.
Now we're talking politics, for God's sake.
We're talking about the primary role of government, any government, which is to protect its citizens.
It could also escalate, Madam President. They attack us, we attack them back. The entire region could be drawn into the conflict and destabilized.
Excuse me, General, but weren't you the one just advocating for retaliatory strike?
Well, in the military, we like to talk about facts on the ground. Well, they have changed, Madam President. Now we have a viable option.
Viable? Is that the sense in the room, then? That surrendering President Hassan is somehow viable? In the first place, the people who are offering us this deal cannot be trusted. How do we know they won't detonate the bomb anyway? Secondly, President Hassan is a guest of this country. He is my partner in peace. And I will not sell him out to the very terrorists that we are determined to defeat. And finally, caving to any terrorist demand weakens this nation immeasurably. Now, we have 60 minutes to find these bastards, and I believe we will. But if we don't, and the worst happens, we will deal with it. We will pick ourselves up off the floor and deal with it. Why? Because that's what we do. Americans don't stay down. We rise up together in times of crisis. We carry on. Is that clear? Start the calls, Tim.
Yes, ma'am.